Imagine you as a 6-year-old girl, 20 meters underground, sitting for days in a dark, airless tunnel, scared, sleeping on a mattress, and not knowing what's going on. All this after you were kidnapped from your home on a Saturday morning by a bunch of heartless, fanatic terrorists who shot and murdered your dad in front of your eyes. Can you even imagine such horror? This is what the girl Emilia Aloni went through. She was kidnapped and released. This is the 107th day in the Hamas-Israel war, and I'm Yair Pinto reporting to you from Israel. I want to take you to the captivity tunnel of Emilia and dozens of other Israelis that were taken hostages from Israel into the Gaza Strip. The IDF forces of Division 98 raided an underground tunnel in Khan Yunis, where Hamas held hostages at the beginning of this war. The length of the tunnel is about 830 meters and its depth is about 20 meters underground. 20 meters is an 8-story building. The entrance to the tunnel was rigged with explosives, and inside it were many obstacles, explosive devices, sliding doors, and blast doors. All of these are meant to prevent our soldiers from entering the tunnels. During the forces' advance in the tunnel, the fighters encountered a number of Hamas terrorists. The warriors fought against them and eliminated them. Unfortunately, when the forces arrived at the tunnel, there were no hostages inside. Hamas has moved them to another location shortly before. After scanning the tunnel, a central space was discovered in which Israeli hostages were kept inside 5 small prison cells, and in addition, the forces located findings indicating that the hostages were indeed kept in the tunnels, including intelligence materials and Hamas weapons. According to testimonies, there were about 20 abductees in the tunnel at different times. Some were released and some are still being held somewhere inside the Gaza Strip. The tunnel is located in the heart of a civilian area in Khan Yunis, and the entrance to it is from the house of a Hamas terrorist. According to intelligence information, millions of shekels, which is the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of dollars, were invested in the construction of this tunnel. This tunnel is part of a branching underground network dug by the terrorist organization Hamas underneath Khan Yunis in the southern part of Gaza. At the end of the investigation, the tunnel was destroyed by the IDF. In the past 24 hours, Val Abu Panona, the deputy head of the information system of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad organization, he was eliminated by an Air Force attack directed by the Israeli intelligence branch and the Shin Bet security service. As part of his job, Abu Panuna was responsible for releasing terrorist videos that show missiles being fired toward Israeli communities and for the creation and distribution of hostage documentaries as part of the psychological warfare of the Palestinian terrorist organization in Gaza against the residents of Israel. As part of the IDF's operation in Gaza, after eliminating the terrorists and the tunnel, the forces were attacked by RPG missiles. The fighters searched the area and the building where the terrorist squad was operating and found RPGs, AK-47s, and military equipment. In the northern area in the Gaza Strip, the fighters of the 5th Brigade Combat Team eliminated a number of armed terrorists in encounters in the past 24 hours. The fighters attacked and eliminated the terrorists with the help of tanks as well as Air Force aircrafts. The combat team of the 55th Brigade, called the Cutting Edge, is the force that is breaking into new territories inside the Gaza Strip, territories that the IDF did not step in until now. In the past few days, the brigade launched an attack on the Eastern Battalion of the Khan Yunis Hamas Brigade. As part of the attack, the forces encountered terrorist squads engaged in a battle with them and eliminated the threat. The fighters conducted searches in a central fighting area of Hamas terrorists, neutralized an underground route in the area, destroyed offensive shafts, located and thwarted observation posts, and more. In Judea and Samaria, IDF border police units and Shin Bet fighters, under the command of the Menashe Brigade, operated in an extensive operation to counter terrorism in the Tulkarem camp, located in the West Bank. During the operation, engineering forces uncovered dozens of explosive charges planted underneath the roads in order to harm our forces. The forces searched about 100 buildings and interrogated hundreds of suspects, out of which over 37 wanted persons were arrested, some of them senior members of the Palestinian terrorist infrastructure of Tulkarem. The fighters located and destroyed over 400 explosives, confiscated 27 weapons and a lot of military equipment, and destroyed the explosives manufacturing laboratories and 4 observation posts belonging to Palestinian terrorists. As part of the operation, an Israeli Air Force aircraft eliminated a squad of 4 terrorists who shot and threw explosives at IDF forces and endangered them. In a separate incident, another terrorist squad opened fire on our troops. The soldiers of the battalion reached the terrorists and eliminated some of them, while arrested others. The IDF revealed 4 weapons and cartridges on the arrested terrorists. On Israel's northern border, in the battle against Hezbollah in Lebanon, the IDF completed an attack on Lebanese territory. This attack targeted a terrorist infrastructure and a launching site used by the terrorist organization Hezbollah. Earlier today, Air Force fighter jets attacked the terrorist infrastructure and the missile launch site of the terrorist organization Hezbollah in the areas of El Adissa and Kahula in southern Lebanon. In addition, in the past 24 hours, 1 missile launch was detected that crossed the territory of Lebanon towards the area of Mount Dov in northern Israel. The missile fell in an open area. I want to salute the IDF soldiers who fell defending the country of Israel. Major General Uriel Aviad Siberman, 23 years of age, from Moshav Nahalim. He fought in the Kiryati Brigade and he died in the southern part of Gaza. Pray so that evil in the world will disappear and children in Israel will not have to fear that they will be kidnapped in the middle of the night from their beds. Pray that the IDF soldiers who sacrificed their lives for the purpose of preventing terrorism from spreading to the rest of the world, that their families will live in peace. And join me in prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. We know that only God has a solution for this war, for the Gaza Strip, for Israel, for Lebanon, for Iran. Join us in prayer and help us by sharing the truth of what is happening in Israel, in the Middle East, so that everybody will know and that they can pray truly for what is happening. So thank you for your support and keep praying.